Austin, Texas, DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. Two behemoth conferences, bragging rights at stake, the SEC versus the Big Ten. It's the Washington Huskies and the Texas Longhorns. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rose down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Here in Austin, DKR is one of the most iconic stadiums in college football. Texas Memorial Stadium, the fans, the burnt orange. You've got Bevo here on the sideline. There is so much love every time you come to a college football game here. History in the making at DKR. Back to you guys.
Holly, thank you. Ready to kick it away first. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? He's finally brought down after a big return that was almost a whole lot bigger. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Williams desperately trying to cut through the noise. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
So now it's second and long. Throwing, Williams. He's got it.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. Third and long, you bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. You get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. Got him. Gets it out across the 40, stopped short of the line to gain. They'll mark it at the 41, and might they choose to go for it here. The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3-and-outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4-and-out. Shakes a man, and he might. It's a fumble on the play. Oh, unfortunate to get that one back, and as an added bonus, they get the first down.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on the floor.
The Huskies will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back looking for room. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And we kind of wondered coming into this game, did they want to run it up the middle? Did they want to run it near that big fella at defensive tackle? Because he's a grown man, makes plays all over the field. They try him early. I wonder if they'll keep trying, because we haven't seen a lot of people week in and week out that has been able to block that big fella.
Looking to the big tight end. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
3rd down from the gun, Williams. Using the quick game. Stopped right at the 42-yard line as his defense forces a 4th down. Washington sends out the punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smothers. Gives them a little more breathing room, a 3-yard gain out to the 7.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To throw, Manning. Going to take a shot at this DB. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Great job on the back end in coverage. DB staying in the hip pocket of the target, was able to swat that ball away.
It'll be 3rd and long. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the catch. Gets it out to the 16-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Throwing Manning. Looking to the big tight end. Connection to the right. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position that can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
And the Longhorns have their offense in high gear. Manning to the air again. Bringing the heat. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Here's Manning to throw. He's got his man. Smashes ahead. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Longhorns go back to work after moving the chains through the air. A give to Brown. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Manning. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball.
Oh, he found a space on the right. Brought down at the 10-yard line, and a nifty pickup after the grab on that one.
That's a bang-bang type play, RPO, in and out of the hands of the QB quickly. Just get it into the hands of your playmaker as fast as possible and let him do the rest. When you've got this guy's athleticism, man, that is such a great design on offense, and it comes up big.
Williams. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And I'm not going to blame this quarterback if he's not looking back this guy's way. I mean, early in the game, he's given him several opportunities to catch the football. He hasn't made plays. And I think as a quarterback, sometimes you lose a little bit of confidence and you'll start looking elsewhere.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line
snags it. Tried to find some running room, but there was none to be had, and he's well short. It'll be 4th and 5. They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. Williams to the air again. Lets it go to the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Down in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Arch is going to throw for it. A strike downfield. Still on his feet at the 45. He's loose down the left side. The tag. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Longhorn.
And these offenses, man, they've been struggling, and you've been waiting. Who's going to make the big play? They finally break through. They make the big explosive play, and maybe this is what they needed to get this offense rolling.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. On the run from inside his own 5. And he'll be stopped. Return gets it out across the 25, stopped at the 26. Husky's offense out there and ready to go. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
And you got to put that front.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. Hey, you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Williams makes the grab. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
And the Huskies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Williams looking for a man. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Horns up and ready to hook him. Serious noise on third down in DKR. Got it, looking for the first down. Oh, he's got some space. 10. Into the house. Touchdown, Huskies.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
Just one of those mistakes that can happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Hand off for Brown. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Here's Arch to throw. He'll pull it down and run. Slides, avoids the hit. What a play to convert on second and long.
And he's really proven to this defense that he's just not a one-trick pony. He can beat you through the air, and now he can do this. Now he can take off and scramble, move the sticks, get us first down for his offense. This defense, they're starting to learn pretty quickly. This guy is a talented joker at quarterback.
Rushes on him. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. So after letting the quarterback get out of the gate last time, this time, no.
And this guy's going to make plays. You got to understand that. He's got so much speed at the quarterback spot, but you just got to keep chasing, keep playing. This time they did their assignments. They got to him, caged him in the pocket, got him on the ground.
Arch Madness. The quick out. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
The Longhorns are rolling down the field. To the air, it's Manning. Here's the pressure. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up one on the play. Behind the chains now on second and long. Back to pass. Zings it complete to the right. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few. Washington stops the clock and uses its first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Third and long from the 30-yard line in this defense, hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Manning from the gun on third down. Unloads it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. And he pumps it up inside the 20. Corralled by the kicking team.
Hey, as a return guy, you know that you're going to get popped. You know you've got guys that have a 50-yard run at you trying to dislodge the football. You've got to do a better job of ball security.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Booster.
Manning. Going for 6. To the end zone and is picked off. He'll try to take it back. Inside the 40. He's at the 40. The 20. The 10. Touchdown, Washington. A pick 6.
Dude, you're just thinking, hold him to 3, make him kick a field goal, don't let him score points. Heck no, you turn it into offense. What a play. Catches the ball in the end zone. Take a knee. No, sir. I'm taking this thing all the way back 100 yards to the house. What a play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Running inside, it's Smothers. Breaks into the open. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
To throw, Manning. Here comes the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Timeout called by the Huskies. That's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down.
Western. Ready, go.
Manning from the gun on 3rd down. He'll take a deep shot here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Here's Williams to throw. Dumps it to the back. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And I think this offensive coordinator is going to be frustrated with his quarterback. You got the lead. You want to get more points. You want to be aggressive, but you cannot put the ball in harm's way near midfield. Now you've given the defense a chance to now go score points and maybe take the lead in this football game.
Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. You get that turnover and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
This offense can get a jolt of momentum headed to the locker room if they can take the lead here. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
run game comes through late in the first half when you needed it. Now they take the lead, they take the momentum. That's how you end the first half.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Throwing, Williams. Makes the grab. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Williams will pass. He's going to throw deep right side. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Lined up in the gun, Williams on third down. Takes a hit as he fires. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. It's Williams again. Under fire. Fires one high and deep. Makes the catch. Converts on. No, he loses the ball after the huge gain. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. And they'll get him down after a solid return. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Texas offense. They had the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger, and we might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Smothers. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Throwing Manning. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. Burnt Orange burning some secondaries, working this guy down the field.
Yeah, and making those big plays down the field. Texas, when you think about great teams, you think about explosive playmakers, making those big plays, keeping those defenses on there.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Well, this quarterback normally makes defenses look very silly week in, week out with his speed, but he has yet to face a defense like this. This defense accepted the challenge. They have stepped up. They have been destroyed.
There's some room. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Third down from the gun, Manning. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
No good. Guys, a missed opportunity there. The lead is still 3.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
Firing to the right, complete.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Pulls it and fires to the left. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I love defenses that can tackle the catch. Right away, you're not giving up any yak. As soon as that player has the ball, he goes down now.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Here's Williams. Fires to the tight end. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Fourth down, Williams. Throws to the wideout. He's got it and more than enough for a first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Washington coming to the line with another first down. Williams fires to the right. Lost the defense, is wide open. Smashes through the tackle. Touchdown, Huskies. And that one will give them the lead.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Manning. Quick completion on the out. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Here's Manning to throw. He's got the tight end. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
Yeah, and these big fellas, man, they can run so well at their size. A lot of times you see these tight ends, they don't necessarily run around you, but so physical to be able to break tackles and then make those extra yards after the catch.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
On the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Second down, he'll throw it. Pocket breaking down. And that shot downfield falls incomplete, and that's how we'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Manning lines up in the gun on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on the score. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the opening one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
So now the opportunity to take the lead with a 1st and goal here. They'll run with Brown. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a 3rd down and goal.
Play action, here's Manning. Keeps looking downfield. It's complete to the right. Touchdown, Texas! And they've moved out front here in the 4th. The Longhorns with a huge score to answer. And it's good, and he's got the lead up to 3 late. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. It's complete on the right side. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Williams fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. Williams looking for a man. He lobs one high down the left side. He makes a catch. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
On the play. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Red pass, it's complete. Breaks free and he might be gone. Touchdown, Huskies. They move on top here in the fourth. The Huskies back on top.
Man, this is wild late in the game. We're seeing two heavyweight fighters trading blows. The offense scores their last time out. This offense now scores a touchdown here late to get the lead, but there's time left on the clock. Can the defense step up here and make a stop to preserve this win?
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. So they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Arch is going to throw for it. Tight end finds a soft spot. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
They'll go to the air on second and short. The throw to the outside is complete. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
What a great job outside working that route. Not only did he get to the sticks to make sure he got the first down, but also was able to get himself out of bounds to stop the clock. You could not do that any better in a 2-minute situation.
Stop just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one.
Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, freeze. Last turn, left turn.
Here's Arch to throw. Got his man on the right. There he goes. And he wisely gets out of bounds. The clock can be the enemy right now, and this offense needs to get some points. The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. A give to Brown. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Looking for a man. It's Manning. Quickly complete. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. Washington stops the clock and uses its first timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. A first down run on the doorstep. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
If you listen carefully, you can start to hear some of the boo birds coming out from this home crowd. They know their offense needs points, and this late in the game, they're watching them run the ball to no avail.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th. The Longhorns with a huge score to answer.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch, in those big moments right before the half, in the 4th quarter, late in the game, just like right here. You need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's Williams to throw. Takes the easy completion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running.
And that's really good defense. That's discipline, man. Understanding covering top to bottom, but not leaving the running back with a lot of space. They throw that football out to the flats. They break on it right now, give up absolutely no yardage. Nice job seeing it, breaking on it, and making the play.
Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Williams from the gun on third down. Plucks it out of the air. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Well, I know it's early in the drive, and you're just trying to get completions and get the drive going, but this is 2 minutes, and you're trailing. I mean, you've got to take some shots down the field and be a little bit more aggressive, put some pressure on this defense.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on fourth down. Williams to throw for it on fourth. Unloads to the wideout. And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run. He recovers the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, in this situation, the only offensive player who can advance the fumble is the guy who dropped it. Right down the middle. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains. The offense uses a timeout. 15 seconds left to play. The Huskies have it with a 1st and 10. Williams to the air again. Pressure coming. Underheat, and he gets rid of it. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's the 4th quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. And with 2 seconds left, their last chance to send it to overtime. Timeout on the field, only 2 seconds left as they choose to stop the clock. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And he tried to muscle up on that one and just hooked it. Never had a chance to the left.